Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. This video is about the making of my wonderful Halloween colored summer top cotton. Love this shirt. It was a labor of love. I sort of winged it the whole way. Didn't use any known pattern. Didn't try to anyways. I had a couple inspirations off Pinterest and I just sort of went from there. It's light, it's airy, and it is absolutely what I wanted out of that beautiful yarn. I am so very, very happy with the outcome. I'm going to be wearing this one a lot this summer when it gets hot, that's for sure. So, the yarn in question that I used was from Hobie, from their Halloween collection. Limited edition Dahlia, much like this lovely piece. Gorgeous. It is a very interesting yarn. They are cotton. Whoops, dropped it. They are 4 strands, and they are separate strands, as you can see here. They are not connected to each other, so a lot of people struggle with it. They have to use beads or something else to make sure that they're all stuck together. So 100% cotton. This is not a blend. We are looking at 200 grams, 7.0 ounces. This is a fine 2-weight, 800 meters or 874 yards. Cotton, gorgeous. Really nice feeling cotton. Knitting needles is 3.5 millimeters or 3.5 to 4 millimeters for crochet. Now, my first one, there is Mad Scientist. That's the name of this beautiful yarn. It's called Mad Scientist. You can't find it on their website right now, but it is Mad Scientist. I can't remember the name of this one off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure I put it in a video before, but I'm just using this to label because I think I cut the label off of this and put it in one of my frames up above. Anyway, so first thing I did was I decided that for a summer top I wanted it lighter and airier, so I needed to thin it. So I took 2 strands of each and carefully made 2 big balls. I had to split it in half to get this particular amount, and I didn't want it as thick as you normally would get, so that was very time consuming and very tangly. I learned a lot. Now if I'm going to do that kind of thing again, I would wrap it around toilet paper rolls and cut a hole in it, put an end in, and just wrap it around and around like you would with an actual cake, and it actually works out really well. And I've already done that with another Halloween one of, I think Haunted House is the other one that I've already done it with, where it's purple, gray, and I think black. That one I'm trying to think of something very soon to make, because that one is going to be a lot of fun too. I love the colors to it. Anyhow, this was my first choice. I saw this and I wanted to make an order from Hobie, and it was the first thing I chose for myself that I wanted for me. I don't normally do a lot for me. You hear a lot of me saying in my videos that I want to make something for me, but I don't normally buy things for me. I don't go to the store for me. I'm the last person I think of when I'm shopping and whatnot, so I'm seeing a few things here and there color-wise that I want for me. Like, this is not for me. That's probably not going to be for me. That's not for me. That's not for me. Not for me. Those are for me because I won them. That's my Black Friday. Those are mine. My Hobie ones I seem to really like for myself. So let's talk about this pattern. I started this project in January, right after I finished all my Christmas presents. Actually, technically my birthday. I made a big chain of like 348 chains, and then I stitched from there. I kept going. My first few rows were just double crochet. I had to decide, did I want double crochet, half double crochet, how loose did I want it, how tight did I want it, did I want full coverage, did I want something with more of a mesh, like this. This is the mesh part here, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, and you skip 2. That is it. I made this as simple as possible, and I just did row after row after row, so I did half. Then I took the half, was one half, one ball, one half of the ball. The other half met in the middle, right in here, and I chained a bunch over here, which I miscounted. That's why I have one side that's sliding off my shoulder constantly, but I kind of like it. It feels very airy. So this half is the other half of the ball. So I took the two halves and I wanted them to meet in the middle. I didn't want to have it a starburst or something like that. I may do that with one of the other ones, but this one I really wanted it to spread outwards because of the green and yellow in the middle. I had an idea in my head, and it is front and back. I looked at it sideways where it went across in a stripey way, and it didn't hit me right. I didn't like the way it looked down me. I just didn't like the way the colors went together, especially when you get into the green and the purple mix here. That's a really tough one to go with. And with these particular type of yarns, they're 4 strands, like I said before. And what they do to get the beautiful long color streams, you're supposed to keep them all together, which I didn't want to. But you end up with different lengths of different colors, so they're not going to match exactly, which I wanted. I wanted this to be fun, because I'm fun most of the time. And I wanted it to be a little more on the Halloween-y side rather than pastels or mom colors, so to speak, like beige. I like beige, but I don't like beige. And a lot of the clothes I find at their store that fit me are boring colors, or the patterns to them are very, 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 very much something I don't really want to wear. So I decided to make something for myself, which is one of my goals right now, is to make a few things for me to wear that fit, that I feel pretty in, because there's nothing wrong with my body, there's nothing wrong with being bigger from having kids. I've had 3 kids, this is my body right now, and I should not be feeling the body shaming from myself, to myself, for myself, because of myself. It's all internal. So this is empowering for me, and I really like the feel of it. I love soft, nice, pretty fabrics. I don't like the really, really heavily chemicaled textiles. I have very sensitive skin, so it's really nice that I have found Hobie, and their stuff is so gentle on my skin, and it feels so nice in my hands to work with. I want to crochet so bad. Where, like, for years I did knitting and I used a lot of Red Heart. No offense, Red Heart. You're way better than you were back when I first started, which was a good 30 years ago. A lot of it was so scratchy, and it was just, I would get like calluses almost, like really bad calluses, and I also really like to have really tight feel. Red Heart has really improved. I just finished using a big giant ball of red heart, and I loved it. It was great. It was softer than it used to be. My hands didn't have any problems, and it worked out beautifully. So good for you, Red Hearts. Thank you, Yarn Inspirations. You've done so well with improving over the last 30 years. Kudos, like seriously. I am not dogging you at all. But as I was saying, I really like nice materials. I have a silk robe that's supposed to be for men, and I love that one. And then I have my lighter silk one from like the 70s with both have Japanese dragons on them. I know, that just seems like a very odd choice, but they're blue, they're beautiful. The 70s robe is a shorty robe, and it's the softest silk. And I don't have the belt for it, so I just kind of grab whatever I can find. And the dragon, the embroidery on it is just, it is what you think it is. It is gorgeous. I love it. I have it in the mending pile right now. Pretty sure that's where it is. My daughters like to take off with it and wear it and then hide it on me for wherever. It's probably under the futon in the living room. Go figure. But my big one's right behind me on my chair, just in case I feel like I just want to walk around with it. Sometimes I wear it open, sometimes I wear it closed, but it's soft. It's comforting. It's not like the fleeces. I don't really like the fleece. I don't like the way it feels against my skin. I don't like that it's like soft plasticky. And I mean, acrylic is technically kind of a plasticky type, but I don't mind it as much. But I will take cotton every day of the week. Silk, I'd really like to get some silk to work with. This is my first experience with cashmere, and I am so scared to even touch it. I look at it and I rub it with my hands. I'm glad it's in the bags because I don't want it getting dustier. It is a little dusty, but so I had to give it a quick wipe down. But it's cashmere. Cashmere. I have a pashmina from India when those were really big. And it is silk, cashmere, and I think polyester. I'd have to look at the tag. I love it. I love it so much. I still have it. It's in my closet. I pull it out occasionally, but I don't want it getting snagged. I don't want to get it wrecked because I'm not going to India anytime soon, sadly, to go shopping for new pashmina. And they're not the easiest thing to find anymore. But anyways, I used a 3.5, and I started with my amigurumi yellow one, and that one has a very different feel to it. So then I switched over to my one I won from Hobie, which is less used and a lot more easier for me to have a softer touch with for some reason. I think it's probably because it just hasn't been worn in like my other one. And so it did change the tension in a few spots, but I have been working on loosening up. The length of it, that turned out longer than I thought it was. I thought it was going to be a little more like almost a crop top, maybe close to my belly button, but it is definitely around a length that I actually really like. And so I can wear my wraparound pants. I have about 4 pairs of wraparound pants. I have a pair of all black ones that are like the thinnest, sheerest material, and they are very, very nice for summer, and this shirt's going to go great with that. I can get away with like one of my sports bras underneath, like my black one will go great. I'm actually wearing brown underneath it, and it actually does not clash. It really blends in because you can't really see it. You see it, but you don't see it. So white will go good. I'm excited about it. I have jewelry that'll match. I know you're like, you wear jewelry? Yes, I wear a lot of jewelry, but I'm not going anywhere, so I don't put it on. It's kind of causes my daughters to go into a tailspin, and they want me to pull out everything, and they want to try everything on, but I love jewelry. Love jewelry. I used to sell it for 5 years, and it's sterling silver, imported from all over the place. Best job ever. I love that job, and I wish I was still working there, but sadly things have to change sometimes. But it was a lovely job. Very, very fun. I had a lot of semi-precious stones, so I love all that kind of stuff. So these jewel tones and these neon colors and just the mixture of it all just really spoke to me. So this was my number one choice. Of all my things that I've gotten from Hobie so far, this was my one thing that I first saw and I had to have. I picked one thing out of that order, and that was, everything else was for my mother and for a couple other Christmas gifts. But this was one that we decided that I could get one as a gift from me, from my mommy. So thank you, Mommy. I absolutely love it. Double crochet, mesh, matched up my rows, and I do have a few spots that I have to put away, like this little knot here. I have to tuck away a little bit, and I will find them all and fix it all up as we go along. But it's really starting to get a lot softer, and I've been wearing it all day. I might even actually sleep in it just to really give it that you're mine thing, because sometimes I just sleep in my clothes because I just kind of nap when I can. But I'm overall extremely happy with how this turned out. I am so proud of it. This is my biggest thing, my first wearable for me. That's actually a full wearable. I've made shrugs for other people. I've made cardigans for other people. I have made shawls for other people. But I have yet to make something that's for me. So I love me, and I feel a little guilty that I spent so much time, but I was doing it in between everything else for everybody else. I finished the shawl, I finished 2 cardigans, I finished countless amigurumis, pillows, all sorts of things for everybody else, while I slowly worked on this when I could, like a row or 2 every couple days and that kind of thing. So this really took me a long time, but I'm glad I did it, and I will definitely be making myself more items, and hopefully I will get better at it and make less little mistakes. But mistakes or no mistakes, I love it. Thanks for joining me today, and hopefully you enjoyed watching my work going on the side here. I tried to speed it up as much as possible, so just watching my hands do the crochet thing, which is absolutely mesmerizing, and I love watching that. And you know what, actually I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make me small this time, and the crochet is going to be big. Ooh, that's fancy. Anyways, thanks for joining me here at All the Crackers in the Box, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.